Hello, my friend. I am so excited about this video. I have been redoing my craft room, and during that process, I decided that I want shelves. And I believe I'm gonna want my shelves to be white with a beautiful glitter over it. So I got here the white unicorn spit along with the clear crystal glitter unicorn spit. And we're gonna test them out on this practice piece of wood that I got at Michael's, and we're gonna see just how cool this unicorn spit can be. I've watched a few preparation videos just to see kind of what everyone else is doing when they apply their unicorn spit, and it looks like there's a few different ways. A lot of people use these natural bristles. Some people have been using these more we'll say like polyester bristles, and some people use the foam brushes. Now, I did consider the foam brush, but the directions on the glittery unicorn spit specifically prohibits using the brush. So just for an all-around kind of test, I'm gonna go with these organic looking bristles. And if I decide that I don't really like that texture, we'll try it from this side. Then we'll try these polyester bristles from the other. Now, these unicorn spits actually have a really interesting little fact about them. They have beautiful flavored scents. So the regular unicorn spits are meant to have a subtle jasmine scent, and the glittery ones are meant to have a refreshing lemongrass scent. So that's going to be really interesting to test out. For this experiment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first layer the piece of wood white. And then once it dries, I'm going to put the layer of egret crystal glitter. That way, the majority of it is white with an extreme glittery shimmer. It recommends on the back here that if you only want a light shimmer, that you can mix the two together before applying it. But I want a lot more than a subtle hint of glitter, so we're going to go with the white first. And from what I understand, you have to use the water to kind of activate it, make it a stain. So until that, it's more like a thick goop. And again, that's from what I understand. I haven't used it yet. So what I think I'm going to try is putting a line of white here, and then I'll brush it with the... I don't know if I want to brush it first and then add water, or leave it there and add the water as I brush. Let me reread these instructions really quick. All right, after rereading the instructions, I am certain that I'm going to apply the white first. I'm going to brush it down and then apply the water to kind of make it a stain. I cannot wait to see how this turns out. I'm going to do some of this probably in hyperlapse, but not all of it. All right, those bottles were a little more difficult to open than I expected. I gave the bottles a quick shake, and now we're gonna apply our beautiful white stain. I need to sniff it though. I need to see if it's got that beautiful jasmine scent. Through the bottle, I cannot smell it. I think I can smell like a very faintness, but definitely not through the bottle, so. Let's just do a couple drops. I don't know how much we're gonna need. Bring that closer to view for you. So excited. All right, let's go. Oh, I can already see my brush has brought some dust to the party. I should have re-wiped them before I started. This is a special kind of dust-free cloth I got at my local hardware store. I think I got it at Lowe's. I'm sorry, Evie. I stepped on Evie's tail, everybody. She's sitting right by my feet like she normally does, and I got a little too close. But she's okay, I promise. She hasn't moved, so she seems like she's comfortable where she is. If I step on her again, we all know now it's her fault. All right, so I think I've got rid of a lot of the dust here. Does look like we need more stain. Let's do a nice solid line. So far, I don't see anything damaging about the bristle. You know, the fact that they're thick and natural. I thought maybe there'd be a lot more groove lines, but there's really not. Now this excuse me, this piece of wood is a bit more unfinished than the piece of wood I got for my shelves, and I'm sure it's going to need at least 2 coats of the stain because I can see that it's starting to seep into the unfinished wood. And that's all right. I just I'm going to hyperlapse through the entire paint process. I really am liking this natural bristle tone. I think what I'm going to do though, I'm going to do half of it with the natural bristles and the other half with the polyester bristles, and that way we'll be able to see if there is a difference. I'm going to hyperlapse through the 2 coats and then I'll be back with you. Okay, it has been well over an hour and our first coat is dry. I do not see really any difference between the 2 types of bristles. So I think when I do the rest of my coats, I'm going to keep with this organic, natural kind of brush. It definitely soaked into the wood, and that's more than likely because this piece of wood is unfinished. So I'm not sure how many coats we're going to need to make it completely white, but I'm going to hyperlapse through them. As soon as I've got a nice white coat, we're going to add a coat of the glitter. So without further ado, I will start the hyperlapsing. Okay, I have done about 5 coats. However, I started off doing it, you know, sort of like painting, where I did one layer and then I attempted to do another. But the use of the water activates its like creamy, stainy texture, and I wasn't sure that I was doing it correctly. So for my last layer, I'm not sure if you could notice in the hyperlapse, but I just kept adding more and more of the stain to give it more of a thick coat, and I think that approach was much, much better. This piece of wood, like I've said, was very raw when I started, so I'm sure it's going to be different for a more processed piece of wood. But I wanted to have a nice thick white coat, and I just wasn't getting that on this board. It just kept absorbing in some places, seemed really thick in others. This probably could be whiter, but because this is just a quick experiment, a quick test run before the final project, I'm good with where we're at now. So my next awesome part is to use this crystal. It's called egret, iced egret, clear glitter stain. I am so excited to see how this looks. I am gonna probably hyperlapse too through that. We'll see how it goes. I do want to comment that this white does have a beautiful jasmine scent, but only once you've added the water to it. At least that's when I noticed it the most. So it wasn't like an over toxic kind of smell. It was more sweet and fragrant. All right, let's see if we get some lemongrass with our sparkling gel. All right, I've added a nice thick glittery coat. It's really difficult to see it on camera, but it's already got a very, very beautiful glitter shimmer. Once this dries, I am 90% sure it's gonna look exactly how I imagined it, and that's very, very exciting. It has been about an hour and a half, and our glittery layer is completely dried. It is so pretty. I really hope you can see it. It's amazing. It's exactly as I pictured it in my head. Let me bring it closer, and there. Oh, it's so beautiful. The glitter has a rainbowy shine, an iridescent rainbow shine, but each piece of glitter is so tiny that it's this nice faint shimmer. Oh, just so cool. I am so excited now to do this for my actual shelves. They're just gonna be so cool, and I will definitely share that with you. Now, if this were a finished product, you would want to seal it, and you would want to seal it with a non-water-based sealer. I've got here a oil-based polyurethane. I won't be using it on this piece, but I will be using it on my shelves when I get to that point. So I just wanted to pass that bit of info on to you. I probably will use this for another project, and then once I do, I will definitely be sealing it with the same sealer. I am absolutely in love with this stuff. I can't wait to try all the other colors and just see what kind of cool designs can be made. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it has inspired you to want to go out and try some unicorn spit for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Have a magical day.